Welcome to Let's Learn Healing. This is a series where I'll be taking my healers in the LFG while explaining what I do for new healers to grasp some knowledge as to how the role works. Keep in mind that in this series, I'm not stuck on one healer, so I will zigzag around multiple ones that are at different key ranges from +2 to +20s. In this episode, I bust out my main Druid and throw it around the 16 range and talk about some fundamentals, as around this level is when to-dos need to start actually putting spells on their team. At the end of the video, I will also talk a bit more as to what I should have done differently, as watching back I saw some mistakes due to me basically trying to talk non-stop. With that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so I just did a dungeon and I wasn't recording. And I was basically commentating at the wall. So now I'm actually making sure I'm recording. I got a second monitor just for this to not happen anymore, but sometimes it's just whatever. Alright. Anyway, let's find the key. I'm looking at a Kodo Star 16 for two reasons basically. I still need to get used to commentating like this. Second reason is that I feel this is like kind of the new 15 range, like how it was in Shadowlands, how it was in like and the later seasons of BFA. This is the key that people do for weeklies and stuff, and we got in perfect. We're gonna be doing Kodo Stars, as I said. This is again a simple dungeon, and the goal of the video is simple. I will just be explaining just some basic Druid stuff that I feel a lot of Druids kind of miss, or maybe they just need, hey, I watched a lot of guides and I still feel a bit lost. And I got you. This is just, take this as more as a starting point as to how you should be approaching these dungeons as a Druid. Right? I'll be doing more Druid videos in the future. This series which covers all of the healers. Eventually, I need to kind of gear a few more, but we'll get there. Basic stuff. So we're doing Kodo Stars, and while we find the tank, I'm just gonna open up entity really fast. This is from my when I was actually recording, when I was actually doing the other dungeon. I forgot to record. So we start here. I mean, we start much further to the west, but the dungeon realistically starts here. We're gonna skip this guy because we have a Demon Hunter, as you can see right here. And this guy can actually cage this guy, and we can just next to him, go through him. And then we're simply gonna be clearing most of the stuff here. Like just kind of this way. This is kind of like a general way of clearing it. Some tanks might get these two guys too. Sometimes might get something else. But this is the kind of general idea, right? Then we're gonna get these, and then we kind of want to get at least 2 pillars. This boss has some pillars that we need to take care of, because if we don't take care of, it's gonna spawn an ant that will do nasty things to us. But one is manageable though, right? So there are 3 pillars, one here, I think one here and one here. We kill the boss. We don't have a rogue. And I'm not sure, on my Druid I'm not an alchemist, but if you're an alchemist, you can actually poison this guy's potion, and he will die at 25%, basically. I'm not sure if we have it. If we don't have it, it's still fine. It will just be a bit more annoying, but other than that, then we just get this Guardian. We go through these buildings right here to the Watchful Inquisitor and its imps. And we just basically clear until we get like 95%, 90-ish%, I believe. And we clear this boss. And it's 3 minions. I mean, we're going to clear its 3 minions before this boss, because it's not doable without it. We're going to get this vial and then the last boss, basically. And it's a very straightforward dungeon, in my opinion. So again, something to keep in mind, and I'm not making excuses for myself. Because I'm commentating and playing at the same time, I'm gonna have less brain power for the gameplay. So I might do some small mistakes. I'm not gonna be playing at a maximum level. So, but I'm gonna be going over after what we could have maybe improved, and you can take it from there. I'm gonna be this is by the way my character. It's a bit overgeared, a bit too much overgeared for the specific key. But I need a bit of practice. I still need practice with this sort of commentary, right? Because again, I'm not doing it post-production, I'm doing it during the run. So hopefully it's gonna work out. The dungeon that I did before worked out really well. I'm pretty sad that I didn't record it, but whatever. So I'm just gonna skip for when the dungeon starts and see you then.
3, 2,
Alright,
1.
let's also walk with the wild. So the first thing, and don't do it like me because it happened to me once, please for the love of God, click the lantern. Because I did it when I was actually playing for raiding and stuff. I forgot to click this lantern and I completely fell behind from my whole team. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's just get in. So as I said before, we're gonna try to skip the first guy. Because we have a Demon Hunter, he can actually just gauge that first guy and we can go past him and not waste time clearing that, right? The Hunter can do it too, but the Hunter requires the Hunter to have a bit of, I don't want to flame, but knowledge. I think knowledge is a really, really good, I think it's a really, really good way of saying it. And the knowledge requires you to actually freeze this guy, go first, wait for your whole team to pass, and you just feign the F and you lose all the aggro, right? And now I'm just gonna be live blooming myself, live blooming my tank, adapt the storm, my tank, and we're gonna wait for the Demon Hunter to gauge that. There we go. And now we can just go. I'm also gonna be stampeding and roaring here to get my team faster there. And it doesn't matter that we're gonna get quaked. It doesn't matter because we're just gonna heal it, right? I'm just gonna rejuve here. I'm gonna put my flames down, and here's where the biggest problem might appear for a lot of healers are those panthers. So I'm gonna be going a bit away. I think I must have messed up my Orsol's Vortex. I did mess it up a bit, but it's okay. You can also have Vortex if you're playing a Druid too, but just be careful. These guys, when they get enraged, they can really hurt. I'm gonna be going to my fatal form and kicking that. I forgot to actually show my talents, but I will put a picture up, I think. I'll do that. Anyway, I had to storm myself, put the forms down. Oh, perfect. Okay, we're going to the docks. Okay, so perfect. I actually wanted to see this in action. So we're going to the docks, and the reason we're going to the docks is to get percentage, so we can actually skip a lot of stuff, right? So that's basically it. Let's just step the storm. I forgot to use it. Put some Migros on everyone, or most of the people. Rejuve the last guy, and I'm gonna go into feral form. Kick that Silence magic thingy. Move my Effluence down. Move my Effluence down. There we go. Renew the life bloom on my tank. Life bloom on myself. Get away from the frontals. I should have Nature Stiffness with Convoke here, but I used my Nature Stiffness for something else, so I didn't expect people to get damaged. So I'm gonna be again moving my Effluence down, and hopefully my tank will move more. But we got a bit shafted. That's okay. Life bloom myself. Life bloom one of the DPS. Our tank takes no damage, so we can kind of ignore him for a while. Go into my feral form, and again, because no one is taking damage, we can just go into feral form and do damage. Going to my feral form, I kicked the wrong thing, but that was because someone else kicked it. It's fine. Again, heal my Demon Hunter. He healed himself, so that's really nice. And let's also save this. Perfect. Beautiful. So again, we did this to get more percentage. And I'm also gonna get the beacon. The Hunter, please go. Please go. Please go. Please go. Please go. Okay, never mind. So I should have done it before, but that was my bad. Anyway. Let's also Vortex. No. We don't need to also because there are no Panthers here. For some reason I thought there was. So, Life Bloom my tank, Life Bloom myself, Nature's Swiftness for my Paladin. Move the Life Bloom on my Paladin because my tank is taking no damage. It's not even my tank to heal him a bit and also rejuve him because it helps a lot. There you go. Kick that suppress. And I'm trying to look if there are Panthers here. There don't seem to be any Panthers, so that's okay. At the storm. And next pull, we're gonna be using our Nature's Vigil to do some damage. And if no damage is coming up, we're just going to feral form, swift that immediately. There we go. Life bloom myself, life bloom my tank, Stampeding Roar to move faster. I'm gonna take care of the beacon myself this time. That was really bad by me to not take care of it. There we go. Move a bit on. Oh, never mind. We actually pulled it. That's okay. Let's also Vortex the Sentry. No, okay. It got Ring of Paralysis. That's okay. But there's a lot of stuff going on, and you might feel a bit overwhelmed. But as long as nothing deals damage to your team, you can just do damage, all right? Dodge the frontals. Make sure you focus on actually surviving yourself, all right? So we're looking around. There's nothing going on, so I'm going to move my Flurries down. I didn't use my Nature's Vigil, I believe, but that's okay. Nature's Swiftness with Regrowth from my Demon Hunter. Kick the Fortification. Going to Feral Form. Rake everything. This guy got it got kicked. That's okay. Put Moonfire on everyone. Dodge the frontals. These frontals right here. As you can see, if you don't dodge them... Oh, my tank is dying, but I'm going to use my Iron Bark for him. I got Quaking in a pretty bad spot. I also Swiftbended him. And I Swiftbended after I Iron Barked because it will do increased healing. Kick the Suppress. There we go. Swift the Dark Watch card. We're going to have this Construct now enraged, but it's fine because it's only one mob. I'm going to Snap Reward my tank. Life Bloom him. Regrowth my Demon Hunter, Swiftbend him, and heal Swiftness, and Regrowth again, as that will do a massive amount of healing. My Hunter got Pampered, and we're just gonna be Ursula Vortexing here, because these Panthers, when they enrage, they do a lot of damage. Alright, there we go. We're fine. I'm just gonna use my personal here because I have this DOT on me. We don't need it for anything else. Swift that. Here we go. I have to Swarm, and I don't think I still didn't use my Nature Civil, which is really, really bad. I cannot see my tank. Okay, there he is. Perfect. When your Life Blooms, I'm going to be using my Nature's Vigil now when we pull. There we go. And I'm going to be putting some beautiful healing over times. Perfect. Going to Feral Form. Nothing going on. Nothing going on. And we're just going to trash. So the moment there are a lot of mobs here, like 3 mobs, so we're just going to trash as we're going to do some damage. I didn't manage to kick that in time, sadly. I have my Feral GCD, but hey... It happens. At least we tried. Soothe that. We want to soothe though. A lot of times we don't really care about interrupts. We can kind of deal with that in a way if we don't interrupt at this key range. But later on, we're gonna have to start learning how to kick stuff. So here's what I was talking about. These are the 3 pillars that we need to take care of. So, okay. So what we can do is we got some pretty bad timings, but I can go ahead and take care of that pillar pretty easily when these guys are gonna move. My Hunter will go there, so that's good. So I'm gonna go for this other pillar. And what I'll be doing is I'll just be snaring these to make sure this guy doesn't pull them randomly. There we go. So again, even though this is kind of the role of the healer. We're very supportive, right? Okay, so let's just wait for this guy to move the guy. And here what we need to take care of is this Arcane Lockdown. It's what we need to heal. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Nature's Swiftness, my Convoking to prepare for the damage. I'm going to be ending my Convoke just the moment Quaking is about to end to not get locked. My Demon Hunter is not clearing his stacks, but because we know the mechanic, we can actually clear it for him with the spell. So I'm going to be Life Blooming myself and the Paladin. Because the tank here shouldn't be taking any damage. I'm still going to be snaring warding him. I'm going to be using my Nature's Vigil and my Adaptive Storm. Again, looking at the ground. Very important to look at the ground. Try to do as much damage as we can. And here we have another Arcane Lockdown. So I'm going to Life Bloom my tank, myself. Use everything. Use Flourish. We basically use... If we didn't catch the drift, we basically use a cooldown for every arcane stuff. And this guy just died like a... I don't want to say it, but you know what I want to say. I'm just going to Combat Res him. Okay. We're waiting for another Arcane Lockdown. And there's the next one. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be innovating myself. We're bringing with the Life Blooms. Use Regrowths on most of the people while dodging stuff on the ground. It's very important that you dodge stuff on the ground. Oh, and we didn't actually get the Arcane Lockdown. Perfect. So that's how you want to kind of deal with that boss. There's not that much going on. And we just want to use a cooldown for every Arcane Lockdown. And that's basically it. Since nothing's going on, I'm just going to be using my Convoke to do damage. And again, at the end, I'm going to be cancelling my Convoke at the end of the Quaking. Because if we get quaked while Convoked, it can end pretty badly. Here, it's only 1 mob, so nothing would have happened, but we would have actually lost DPS. So if that, immediately. There we go. We have one of those enhanced regrowths that costs no mana, so we're going to use it. Whatever, doesn't really matter. And I'm going to be Stampeding Roar right here to move everyone much, much faster. Always try to be supportive of your team. In terms of what you're going to be doing, right? Like, you saw me there, route the patrol. Now you saw me use my Stampeding Roar. You know, you want to be very, very, very supportive. That's kind of the role of the healer. The higher you go in keys, the more expectations people will have. And as you saw right there, I was the one that went away first because I want these guys to come here first, and I want them to do damage. I don't want them to dodge quakings. All right, that's kind of the goal. So here's where a lot of people might wipe. It's because of those imps. They one-shot someone. Now, if your group is bad, one of you will die, unless it's tyrannical. If your group is good, no one will die. That's kind of it. So these guys, they should do no damage. Maybe the tank will get damage, but we have a life bloom on him, so we are at all times prepared. There we go. Let's renew our life bloom, and let's also use my Depth of Swarm. I've been using it pretty badly, which I don't really like. There we go. Send me on board my tank. Also, life blooming him and all doing that stuff. So I'm gonna use my bark skin, and there we go. That's what I said. That didn't get kicked, and I died. I could have maybe went into bear form and not die, but I think also in a way my tank did it pretty badly because he chain pulled in such way that we kind of died. Like we weren't prepared, but it's still fine. Anyway, going to my feral form, use my adaptive swarm. I'm gonna use my nature's vigil too. I should use it a bit more. Again, if something that you can get out of this video is that, oh, I did a mistake here. I'm gonna be going into my feral form and kick that suppress. I should have dispelled the suppress there that was happening from the guard, or from the guardian construct, I mean. And I say this because no one kicked the suppress, and I dispelled something that silences. I dispelled my hunter that got silenced to do magic damage or like to use spells. Now the hunters, they don't really get affected by that, so we can kind of ignore these specific debuffs, right? So that was a pretty big mistake, but again, because I had my interrupt up, so I kind of saved him because no one was kicking it. Another set of imps, so it's gonna be annoying. I'm just gonna be going to my bear form if it's needed. Well, we don't really need it. Perfect. I assume we're waiting for the enforcer. I'm gonna combine it with this enforcer. Now, for the love of God, I've seen this happen too often. This tank is pulling this guy really badly, but we're gonna be trying to not get thrown away. Hit away. But if you have a team which gets hit by these, first of all, I'm really sorry for you. Second of all, just try to use a cooldown for that. There's not that much I can say. All right. Nature's Swiftness and Convoke here because my Demon Hunter got hit by that. I'm gonna be moving my life bloom on him. We can move our life blooms. We're not forced to always use our life blooms on ourselves and on our tank, but we kind of want to move them later on to back to ourselves because life bloom on us heals us a bit more, right? So touch that. Move my one of my life blooms on my tanks, and there we go. Let's see. I can actually heal. I can actually heal this guy, or speak to him and actually bait one of those mini bosses. And this guy is probably what people should be what you should be aware of for this boss is the AoE down that appears from the boss, and that psychic scream, I think it's called. Let me see. Scream of Pain. There we go. This one. If you cast while this thing is going on and you don't end your cast or you get interrupted by it, you just get silenced. There you go. Got another enforcer. I think I must have bubbled it maybe. I'm not really sure. Adaptive Storm. I could have used my Adaptive Storm much better, but something to work on. Rejuve my tank. Life bloom my tank. Let's life bloom myself because there's no one ready to heal. Touch that. Go into feral form. Do some damage. Use my rake, whatever. There we go. My Demon Hunter ate that, so I'm gonna be using my Life Bloom, Rejuve, Nature's Swiftness, and Regrowth. Alright. Renew the Life Bloom on my tank. Go away with the Quaking. Again, we are here, so we can just kind of ignore our damage, you could say. So let's get this Balagor Watchful. This guy, the only thing you should realistically be careful is kicking that thing. And there's gonna be some sort of debuff is gonna put. This one, Impending Doom. Now, this one, the further you are away from your team, the less damage it will do and the less damage it can do to your team. If you're super far away, it would actually do no damage to your team and only do damage to you. So if you are the healer and, well, you can actually dispel yourself. So here, this guy is not going farther away. Oh my goodness, that was really close. I actually did a mistake there. I should have. I did Iron Bark him, But I should have used my Convoke or something. So that was really bad by me. So here, I'm using my Convoke, and I'm going to dispel this guy right now. There we go. And I'm going to go far away. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. I got saved a bit by my Paladin there. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. There you go. I'm going to speak to this guy. I'm going to treat him, and we're going to beat the last boss. Oh, the last mini boss. Perfect. So yeah, very, very good awareness by the Paladin there. Use my Depth of Storm. So yeah, I think what you should be keeping in mind, I think, throughout this whole video is that I should have used my Depth of Storm and my Nature's Vigil more. But again, I don't want to make excuses, but commentating and playing at the same time is so freaking hard. It uses so much brain power to kind of try and not talk gibberish, and I'm pretty sure I talked some gibberish while making this. So, but this guy, he jumps, leaves an AoE where he's going to jump, like this Crushing Leap. This is the AoE that we need to dodge, and he has a frontal, so we need to get out of his face. Soothe him. Going to my beautiful feral form. Use my Depth of Storm. Ferocious Bite him with some rakes, Moonfire, and I'm just swapping around when there's no damage going on. We just swap around feral and our normal form, and we just do damage. All right. Now we can just do the last boss, and this guy again it requires you to kind of stagger your cooldowns. It's a pretty simple boss, right? And we also want to stay next to our tank while moving away with the Quaking. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna be live moving on myself and my tank, using my Depth of Storm, put my Flames down, and just start doing damage. That's Withering Soul thingy should get kicked. This is one of the things that will hurt. So we're gonna be using our Nature's Swiftness and our Convoke. Get everyone up. Our Nature's Swiftness use Wild Growth, so okay. He must have went through the fires, but it's okay. That didn't get kicked, and what we're gonna be doing is very simple. What we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna be starting dispelling stuff. Perfect. I really wanted this to happen. Finally, it happened. Alright, and we're just gonna be dispelling stuff. We're not gonna be panicking. Okay? Dispel our Hunter, move away from the things on the ground, Mark of the Wild for my beautiful Paladin. And we're gonna start ramping up a bit here. After we dispel the last guy, innovate myself, start ramping up. So regrowth everyone that is not live bloomed, Wild Growth. Flourish, and we're good. There we go. There we go. Perfect. We used Innervate there, and we used Innervate there with Flourish is because the boss is gonna die anytime soon, and I don't want to take any risks. We could have used only Innervate, and it would have been fine. Alright? Get this guys, and we're going inside. Now this is the part of the dungeon which I genuinely really almost cannot help you with, because I'm so bad at seeing who the infiltrator is or the spy, whatever, that I just kind of gave up. It's just really bad by me. All right, so I can only tell you that they're random. Their positions too. These guys that give you the clues, they are pretty random where they're placed. So we got everything. So we need to look for a female. No gloves, pouch. She has. Oh, this one. There we go. I don't know. I saw it, but apparently I saw it. I rarely get it right. Now we just follow this lady around, and it's always gonna be different, by the way. So for love of God, if you're new to this dungeon, it's always gonna be different. It's yours. You're always gonna have someone else, right? So this time, because we are on fortified, this specific Dreadlord or whatever it is, it's gonna hurt. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be putting my level on my tank, level on myself, level on my tank. Use my beautiful Nature's Vigil, Depth of Storm, and just kind of leave some beautiful. We basically ramped up, and we're gonna leave a lot of beautiful healing over time on our team, because what we need to realistically heal is gonna be the AoE volleys. That's gonna be it. So I'm gonna be seeing if this guy gets stunned. If he gets stunned, and it's another volley is happening. So I'm gonna be Nature's Swiftness, Convoking. There you go. We would preferably want to do it before the thing, and we have to shoot this guy really fast. And we want to do it before that volley happens. And that's because it can deal a lot of damage, as you can see. And in hierarchies, it's probably better to do it that way, all right? Now, this guy's about to die, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going myself. The hunter is faster than me, but what I should have done at around 5%, 4% HP left of that mob is to actually go to this specific gate and start opening the gate myself. It's a time saver, helps a lot. And as a hero, there's really nothing else you can really do at that specific boss. So it was a bit my bad. There we go. Let's put the furnace down. And there's one spell that we really need to take care of, realistically, in terms of healing. The rest we just need to dodge it. As arranged, we can also bait his specific shades, ghosts, mirrors, whatever, in specific ways. But if we don't want to bait him, we can send him melee and he will not go for us. Alright? So Nature's Vigil, Adapt the Storm, do some damage, and I'm gonna waiting for a spell to tell you which one we're gonna have to dodge. Sorry, not dodge, heal. Alright, let's do some damage. This one, the Slicing Missiles, this is what we need to ramp up for. Alright? I have my Nature's Vigil up, so I'm gonna be using my Convoke. There we go. Move my Flames down. Use our Wild Growth and start ramping up. We got a bit unlucky with the... Oh boy. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine because we already ramped up. It's fine. Alright, there we go. Okay, we didn't panic. That was really bad. If it was tyrannical, we would have died anyway. Or close to being dead. Okay. Combat res my Demon Hunter. And then we have another Slicing Maelstrom. So what I'm going to be doing is, again, beautifully ramping up. Let's use Flourish. Sending over my tank. Wild Growth. Regrowth everyone. There we go. Perfect. And for the next one, if we get it, also mark the Wildling. The Demon Hunter. And for the next one, we're just gonna be, again, ramping up, just like per usual. And we're gonna be using Tranquility. The boss died, but we would have used Tranquility for the last one. And we just basically zigzag, or like kind of use these in succession, realistically, right? With that being done, some of the things I should have done this specific run is to make sure I use Adaptive Swarms more often. I lost a lot of healing and especially free damage due to me not using it enough. If you're in this situation like me, you could get or make a weak aura to remind you this, or just speak more often at your ability bar if you have them visible. Second thing that I saw is that I should have used Nature's Vigil more often, especially in lower keys when you need to heal a lot more stupidity, indirectly leading to more passive damage. I also ran the wrong talent. We don't need a single target stun, and instead I should have ran the incapacitating roar talent to avoid people getting one shot from the imps. In rest, it's mostly dodging spells, using my personal defensive, and more proactive spell usage. Before you go, if the video helped you and you want to see this series continue, it will help me a lot to hit that like button and rest that subscribe button, as it will signal me that you want to see more videos like these. Thank you for watching and see you next time.